So in your role, what does real digital transformation look like today? Not strategic slides, but what is the ground change? So I'll start with you, Joseph.
Yeah, so we have been hearing about this digital transformation for quite some time. So let us look at this journey, what we have so far gone through. We were initially talking about computerization, then we are talking about digitization. Now there is something called a digital transformation. So there is a big change in the whole thing. One, from the area where the time it has taken from computerization to digitization, and then digitization to the transformation. Transformation itself is a big game changer. It is not just adoption of some technology and then telling that yes, we are in the path of digital transformation. No, it's a sort of inclusive growth in terms of the technology is definitely one tool. The different software or application tool, technology tools rather, is one other point. Also, very importantly, the strategic change in the company's mindset, the people mindset, how differently they are going to work by adopting the technology. That's what more important for going forward. I believe that's going to be more important for just adopt some technology and then say we are into digital transformation journey. I mean, my experience is that that miserably fail, and then we will not get the required result. So it is not just computer; it's computer, technology, people, the organization's mindset, the strategy. Everything comes into that.
Yeah, I agree. So I would want to know, Ravi, do you agree with this point with Joseph, or is there a different digital transformation which is happening on the ground change? Yeah?
Yeah, I think I kind of agree with him. So transformation, in my view, is a journey, right? Starting from your connected systems to having visibility of what you do, and then building predictability and adaptability in your operations. So I think I kind of agree with him. I just want to add one flavor. So the whole transformation essentially is how do you connect with the customers and consumers in the right way at the right time, right at the point of intent, right? If you can do that digitally, that's where your digital transformation will really click, right? Second is how do you really make your business operations much more automated, seamless, so that you're able to do more with less. If you're able to reduce cost and do more with less, this all of that you can plow back into generating revenues, right? So I think in addition to these two, I want to add one more flavor here that there's a lot of data around us, right? I mean, especially in our business, which is 80 to 90% of it is online. I'm not sure if you guys know about House of Abhinand and Lodha. We basically are, we can call ourselves as the India's largest branded land developer who are selling online. So 80 to 90% of our sale happens online. And we gather a lot of data from multiple sources, conversation with the customer, conversation with our channel partners. So the challenge is how do you bring all the data together in one place and really start learning from it and start building insights. I think this is where the digital transformation can really take us into the future. If you can learn from the data and really use the data to communicate better with the customers, the channel partners, and improve your business operations.
Girish, I'll come to you. Nirmala, I'll come to you last because you're representing another sector. I want to get done with the real estate developers giving us digital transformation happening real in the ground change or not.
So, for me, what has marked as a difference is, see, previously as technology team or the use of technology real estate was mainly towards, you can say, just running the business. And it was lights on activities that we were doing. And then as technology entrenchment started happening, ERP solutions came in, and standard CRM solutions came in, and we started participating in the growth. Now, what digital transformation meant for us is completely a shift in we are doing business today. We are completely in the cloud. We are servicing our customers differently, both the prospects as well as the end users. We are procuring materials differently. We have a cloud SRM, and we are building differently. We have implemented the Autodesk Construction Cloud solution where the entire collaboration happens on the cloud. We have all the partners working over there. So I think that's the transformation that's happening on the ground. And it's really a great time to be working in the real estate industry because till date we have not done a lot of things, but now it's the time where the technology partners are coming with matured solutions, and it's very interesting to actually see our industry adopting it and reaping benefits out of it.
Interesting. So Nirmala, tell me what's happening differently in your particular sector. Is this true that digital transformation is taking place even in construction infrastructure?
Yeah, so I'm the only one who's representing the technology or digital technology companies, so it's onus on me, I guess. Before I answer to that, I'd like to bring an analogy, and for all the audience also, that those who have been traveling in trains, who has traveled in trains maybe 5 years back, we used to see that the TT used to come with a list of all the persons, paperwork, and now if you travel in the train, you will see that the TT comes with an iPad. So that's a digital transformation has already happened. Why it cannot happen into the construction sector? So that's a big question. So now the real transformation when happens is that we may do a lot of digital technology in the drawing offices, but how about that we can bring that digital transformation benefits to the construction sites? If the construction site project manager, site engineer still carrying a paper drawing, that's not a digital transformation. So there are technology, we have seen that the technologies like Bluebeam and all, that helps the digital transformation of making the drawings, making the digital aspects, bringing that value to this entire ecosystem. So if you have to compare with the automobile industry or a mechanical industry, probably construction industry is still lag behind in terms of that digital aspect, but construction sectors has already been taking a leapfrog jump into that, and we can see that many construction companies, many architects has already started adopting it because of the benefits and the overall project ROI that they are getting it because of this digital adoption.
Joseph, he pointed out thing with regards to the scalability, right? That's what construction is also facing. Apart from adapting to the digital transformation, I would also talk about scalability. So when we look into the real estate ecosystem, do you feel there's still a reason or a challenge that is holding back the digital scalability? Because compared to, as he said, other sectors are already upfront, forefront in this particular digital transformation that we are talking about, because it's no more the buzzword. So why the scalability is not able to happen in real estate ecosystem? I would want you to start with Joseph and then Girish and then later Ravi. Yeah?
I would say, see, most of the real estate industry specifically, if you look at, they were till recently, they were not a really well organized structure. So of late, we could see the foreign investment coming, and then a lot of professionalism started getting inbuilt. So the thought process has drastically changed. But the scalability point which we are talking about on the adoption of the technology and all, there are two issues comes in front of me at this point of time. One, whatever we are projecting, that should be deliverable in terms of, same is in my case also, if we promise a building, we should complete it on time, at cost, multiple things like that. Same way, when we get into a new technology or an existing one, first, whether it is fitting to me. So most of these marketing people sitting here, especially there are a lot of technology guys sitting here. So they should not push something which is not fitting into our bucket. Pocket, bucket, body, whatever you can see. Point is that you give a very large picture, and then the expectation goes to the sky, and then finally delivery becomes difficult. So a lot of, especially for this set of real estate developers who have recently migrated to an organized industry, it is very difficult to understand that particular gap. Yes, everyone want to run fast, increase the profitability, all are typical the business arrangement. But the point is that not able to fill that gap of expectation versus the adoption of the technology. So if you ask me again the question whether the speed or phase it is going or there is a space in that particular area, yes, there is still a space many times. One of the reason is definitely the understanding difference. Second reason again, something which I told you in the digital transformation scenario also, the mindset. I mean, as a developer, as an owner of a particular real estate developers, the management should not think about, I invested X now, it should be 10X in the next 5 years. That can happen in some industry. But the point is that technology is something has to evolve within an organization. That changes are not easy for so much people when it is involved. So you will have a typical layer who is for us easy to push into the technology side. But there are a lot of legacy team or people like me who are more than 25, 30 years in the industry. I mean, very difficult to change the way we worked. But if you lastly see the last 3-4 years, the transformation that comes into this space is so large, and then somewhere we need to jump in. So there are a lot of opportunity. There are a lot of space even still left behind to fill.
Girish, do you agree on this particular part that the scalability, the main reason could be, of course, the team, the legacy system, everything. But what is the major reason the scalability is still not happening in real estate ecosystem?
So while I agree with what Joseph has said, but what I feel is scalability in technology is no longer a problem. It's a solved problem, according to me, with the cloud solutions having come in. And see, scalability can come in with repeatability. Today, if I need a server, I can spin off a VM in 2 minutes and give it. So I know there's a compute required, storage required. I know I can do it very fast. But unfortunately, for a real estate developer like we are, each and every project is different. We don't have standardized projects. I mean, at least in India, we don't go on creating mass housing. I mean, it's mass housing. We are creating premium luxury spaces. And that's where the repeatability is not there. Everything is different. Everything is designed from scratch. Even the soil testing that happens, there's rock somewhere. So it's vastly a different and a complex industry to bring in the repeatability. And I think that's why scalability takes time. But it's heartening to see a lot of startups who came in today and in tech also, who are building industry-specific solutions to specifically cater to these needs. And I think it was also, again, the mindset problem. The real estate was mainly a promoter-driven business. And people did not have, I mean, they had more faith in their experience and they kept on saying, okay, I have been doing it for 25 years. Why do I need to change? But with corporates coming in now, and we have started looking at building models. We have started building sustainable models which can be scaled and further improved. So I think we are on the right path as an industry, but we still have some distance to go.
Ravi, I'll try to give you a scenario. What happened today in one of the startup demo was where Parag quoted that, there are all major stakeholders involved when there is a corporate in real estate, right? So from the CIO, CTO, from your promoters, everyone has a say. Then finally the technology is adopted and it is integrated in the system. Because of all these stakeholders present in this current scenario in real estate, do you think this is the major challenge and this is why we are talking scalability happening, but it's not happening because there's so much process involved?
I think, see, technology or any other process for that matter has an adoption curve, right? You start slow and then you pick up. The problem with technology is that, the effect is not visible immediately. It takes some time to show up the result. Now, if you compare technology versus, say, sales and marketing. So if you are launching a sales launch, you are able to build the whole launch marketing campaign, all of that pretty quick. And then you're able to do the launch within a couple of weeks or within a month. But technology, building capability which is sustainable, it takes time. And then sometimes what happens is business is not persistent enough. The inertia starts to build up and then somehow they lose focus. So I think I just want to give an example. Technology also has multiple layers. So simple technology, if you break technology into 3 layers, foundation being like your ERP or your sales execution, they are pretty much adopted everywhere. I mean, if you look at all the companies, most of them either have CRM, or ERP. And then next layer will be your data analytics. Now, while most of the companies have sales, execution or ERP, I'm not sure 50% of companies, at least which I know, have advanced data analytics capabilities. I mean, they store data, but they're not able to process and analyze and get insights from it, right? And so I think, so that is second. Third is even more innovative. We hear a lot about generative AI, blockchain, right? And so many other agentic AI. The challenge is, even we hear them a lot, it is very difficult to internalize them in your operation, right? And you do small POC, and then business is not able to see the result, and they kind of, it lose the steam. So I think the challenge is, how do you really bring it to a capability that is sustainable and business is able to see the result, and they also have the patience, and the push should also come from top, right? You know, guys, have some patience, it's going to show the result, and that's how I think the whole adoption will pick up. But yeah, it's a challenge, as I said.
Okay. So Nirmala, I'll come to you. So with real estate, there has been a pattern before COVID. There was a big no for technology because it was like dhanda bik raha hai, channel partner ke through it's good enough. Why have technology? And I'm sure you must agree with this. After pandemic, we see warm, lukewarm kind of reaction coming from promoters, developers, real estate ecosystem. Ki technology is a need of starting with AR and VR and then slowly, maybe. So I want to understand, when it comes to construction sector, legacy system doesn't really exist there also, and that's why it's a huge hurdle. And second, which I'll come to everyone, is AI is no more a buzzword. Each and every sector is been integrating it in some way or the other, from HR to operations to front end, back end, everything. How is construction standing right now with the adoption of AI?
Okay, so if I can take a little step back on the digital technologies adoption challenges part of it. Now, this is a perfect panel. Developers there, the architects there, the construction companies there. So they will probably agree, and the audience also may agree, that on today's days, the major challenges is in two. One, with the timely execution of the project and the complexity of it. If we have to address these two without technology, it is not possible. So there is ruled out of that. This is without technology is not possible. Now, the question is that how a developer or a real estate company or a contractor company, why they are slowing down. The reason behind is that they are not able to see the overall ROI. So what's the myth right now, that there is going to be huge cost if I'm going to invest into technology. But they are not looking it, or they are not choosing the right kind of technology which is their current day's need. They did not need to be the whole stack of the entire solution. They maybe go into a pocket by pocket solution. What is the current need? Let's say the architects. What the architect needs is the pure architectural solution. An engineer needs a pure engineering solution. A contractor needs a pure contractor-related solution. Right? So if they adopt that, and if they look it into the whole life cycle of the project, then they will find a better ROI when they will adopt onto the technology. Now, coming to the AI aspect, AI is right now is a real buzzword, and we have all seen in the social media the bad impact of the AI. Now, we have to be very careful while we all talk about it, the AI importance into the any sectors, but look at the benefits out of it. I give you one example. Now, the architects, what they need when the developers or the project owners approach them, they need a 3 or 4 iterations of different options. Now, if the architect needs to go in a traditional way, they will take a lot of time. Imagine that's with AI-driven, a generative design gives them a quick options to them so that they don't save time. That's not an entire project, but just a visualization with an AI enablement that gives an options to them that which is the one which is the project owner is looking for. So that's a perfect use of AI. But I like to conclude in that way that the companies or the technology companies, the OEM, they need to make sure that they are adopting an ethical way of AI. We have seen the AI misuse into the different sectors. We have to make sure that a technology is being used on a very ethical way. So that's something I would like to summarize on that.
So quickly, Girish, because I've been seeing you nodding on the con side of AI. So tell us how AI is being integrated in real estate ecosystem in a quick one-liner so that we can quickly go to other speakers too on this.
Yeah. So quickly, so what we are doing is we have clearly identified that AI is going to be used as a productivity tool for employees. So productivity pursuers is what we are positioning AI in the organization. And currently we have divided into two parts. First is the assistive AI and the self-service AI. So assistive AI is where we have created agents which help our team members do their activity. So for example, there is an HR person. Now the HR person is now using the AI agent to fetch information, do its task and all. Tomorrow, once that is done, then the agent can be given to the end user itself. So instead of troubling the HR business partner, they can speak to the agent and get the work done. So I think that's the way we are quickly summarizing what we are trying to do.
So in real estate, are we saying, Ravi, quickly coming to you, are we saying real estate is still getting bit warm but not completely open with AI?
I think AI is pretty new to real estate at this point in time. So we have started to explore, say, for example, conversational intelligence, right? So we record conversation with our customers, but can you really get insights on how the conversation went and what was effective versus non-effective conversation, what led to success? If my AI can tell the variables that led to the positive outcome of a conversation, I think this is where we want to explore. Second, I think, again, the AI which is evolving is I think Girish also said, is the whole agentic AI. I mean, it's a very big space if you look at it. And we have so many RMs, so many pre-sales manager who are sitting in our contact center, right, and trying to have the conversation. And these are initial conversation, and if your agentic AI can replace that conversation, I think agentic AI, what I think I heard a demo somewhere, it is pretty effective. It doesn't look like it's a bot talking. It's actually look like a person who's having conversation with you. So I think it's evolving, but I'm pretty sure very soon we will start to see those agents, those bots, those conversation intelligence, all that building into our business.
I think, Joseph, quickly, I'll just end from this point. What I understood is real estate, dobara, AI mein agar focus karega, so it will be on sales. That's how we are seeing a pattern, right? CRM jab aaya, when your technology started getting adopted because sales was the focus. So this is what are we talking about? Sales agent, conversational AI will be the something which we'll see more in real estate happening.
Yeah, it starts from there. I will call it as that. So AI till recently it was an unknown animal. Now everyone know more or less what is the animal going to do to us. So we are very serious about the AI journey within Hiranandani. So we are very clear to approach something which is in short term, which we try to achieve through this typical agentic AI or anything of that sort or equivalent to that, where we can give some quick results so that the confidence, the comfort, the benefit is known to the basic level. That automatically becomes an education to the users. But at the same time, we are also parallelly working for a large environment of a model. It could be a smaller version of model even, wherein there are a lot of internal data and there are a lot of external data. So the internal data itself help us taking a lot of decision based on our own experience of the past. So on a technology side, we are bringing the whole stuff into a data lakehouse, so you can call it as vectorization subsequently, and then integrating to any of the LLM model. This journey is on. So we have one quickly to get some quick result, the easy harvestable fruits. And the second one, something which we have to take you through a long journey, maybe a 2-3 year down the line. But the message is clear internally, very clear that that's something the way we are going to work in future, and there is no two way about it.
Thank you so much. I'm going to bring this same panel 2 years later because we will have this discussion again for the real estate and construction ecosystem. Thank you so much once again. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for the panel, guys. Yeah.